Hey, what's going on guys? Mark back in the workshop on Mark's Aquatics. We're going to feed my tank today and we're going to go fishing in it and see what we can catch. Right guys, as you can see right in front of me now I have a Tupperware dish with some frozen mussels and a king prawn. Now this is just bog standard stuff, your local supermarket, and all you got to do is you've just got to defrost it and that's it. Little plug there for my mate Jay down at Smash Fishing. Awesome channel that, mate. Fellow islander like myself. He's from Guernsey and I'm from Alderney, so bit of the old Smash water going in there. Just chuck that out the back there. He's a great guy. Come and sub up to his channel. He's nearly at 100,000 subs and well worth it. He puts a lot of work into his videos. Yep, Sam and Jay on Smash Fishing. You see my little blenny over there, she's waiting, so I've put the hot water in there now. Gonna let that just defrost those mussels out, not too much because I want a bit of the juice in there. Now I've rigged up this fancy little outfit. I'll just zoom back a little bit. I've rigged up a float system there and one of my carp fishing weights and a cable tie. No hooks. Ah, you thought I was going to go fishing, didn't you? Well, I am, but not. I'm only putting this in the water because I want everything to come and have a feed, and so the float will basically go in, it'll go up to the surface and I can pull it out again when it's finished. I don't want to be leaving food in there to foul up the tank, so I'm just going to cable tie a bit of food in there. The hermit crabs, the shrimps, the gobies, everything that's in there can come flocking to it, have a good old scoff, and then I can bring it out. So I'm going to cable tie one of these big shrimps on, or big prawns, whatever they are in there, and a mussel I think. And also we're going to be feeding the anemones as well, that's what I forgot to say. So I'll chop up a load of little bits in there as well. Yeah, they're done beautiful, look at that. Lovely fresh mussels. I often chuck a few of them in the pan and cook them up with a bit of garlic butter. You can't beat that. I can see the hermit crabs in there now, they're itching to get at this. So what I'm going to do, put that on there like that. Should have cut a couple of grooves in this weight really. Only a soft bait, but I think what we'll do, I'll just clamp him on there. Yeah, that looks like it. Look at that. You can't beat that for a lump. I'm just going to strip that tail end off, I think. Go up a couple of more clicks and it's going to slide off, I think. Oh no, it's stuck on there. Okay, get the old tail end off. Try not to cut the line. There you go. Right, I can move you onto the tank now and we can drop this in and see what comes for a munch. Right guys, everything's looking pretty awesome. The snake lock anemones have moved up onto the weed. Some of the big dahlia anemones there have moved under off of the top of that rock oyster there, and they've gone underneath it and he's making his way down to the glass, I think. I've got a couple of dog whelks which are just up on the top here. I'll just show you how beautiful these little guys are. They like to come out the water because there's a little bit of a gap at the top. I'll just show you a couple of the ones I bought back from the beach. There are the colours on those, look. Absolutely stunning. Stripies, reds. So what I'll do is I'll drop them in amongst the weed over here. Oh no! My dahlia anemone just decided he was going to scoff one of those. Rescue in progress. Massive powerful sting on those guys. Lucky I have my tongs handy. I'll give him a nice bit of shrimp in a minute. Right, let's get this bit of weight in. This will be amusing. Can you see it there? My little float is on the top. The shrimps are already in hot pursuit. I'll zoom in on it now. Oh my goodness, here comes the hermit crab already, look. Don't tell me you don't like, you're spoilt. He doesn't like mussels. But I think his mate does. shrimp's heading towards it. Haha. Yeah, this is a great way of feeding, guys, if you do this system, or even a reef tank. Get some non-toxic leads and just put a bit of food down on it so you can lift it back out again. That's what I do. And you don't leave it in there then and foul the water up. But you can foul these tanks up quite easy if you haven't got adequate filtration. He's having a right whale of a time in there. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut up some other pieces of this prawn or shrimp. You don't need massive bits because it's just flesh, there's nothing else on there. So I just cut off little cubes. Because yet again you're going to get problems with algae. Oh, hang about, someone can smell something, he's on his way back. That's all mine, get away. Look at that, he's fired up his claws. Oh, he's loving that. Give them a good old... Now another shrimp's coming in. It's going to be a feeding frenzy in no time at all. So I'm going to put that back in there for a moment. Now, the feeding frenzy that they're causing, the juices that are being released into the water, are going to create a nice little feeding reaction from the anemones as well. They're all the beadlets and everything else will probably start to come out because they can sense and smell that food in the water, you see. Wow, he's really going for it. Interesting to see how they feed. Now, he's quite a big hermit crab, actually. Fantastic stuff. That dahlia anemone's furious because I took that shell off of him. The blenny's now coming out. I'm not sure if she's going to come over and have a go, but she might with a bit of luck. And the goby's in there as well. The prawn there at the back, that little guy, where is he? I think he just jumped off. He had a bad shed. You can see his little, some of the exoskeleton from the last shed didn't come off properly, and that was probably due to the stress of travelling as well. So, and when you find, like, even with you freshwater keepers as well, if you watch my freshwater shrimp keeping videos on the Anemones shrimps, the Neocaridina and the Caridina species, when you actually put them into new water, you'll find they'll shed because that mineral difference is going to be different in the water, okay? And obviously with shellfish, they need high mineralization in the water, high calcium levels, magnesium levels to shed their skin and to grow that new exoskeleton. That's why you normally find when your crayfish, or any crayfish, whether it be freshwater or saltwater, once they've shed, they will actually eat the old shell because it's just basically calcium carbonate based, and they'll eat it and pull it apart, and they'll eat it, and that replenishes it and hardens up that new shell, okay? So if you're wanting your crayfish or your shrimps to molt, feed them lots of stuff. I know Jay's got a little cherax, which is a little freshwater crayfish, little Australian crayfish, and I noticed he was saying that it wasn't molting, and probably the reason for that, Jay, is that you're not feeding him enough greens. Give him lots of nice water changes, remineralise that water, because if there's not that mineralisation in the water, they won't shed for you, okay? Give them lots of things like broccoli, spinach, even some of that local sea beet or stuff like that. That'll do nicely. Yes, mate. So lots of veggies, lots of magnesium and stuff in broccoli, green peas, anything like that you can feed them, and that will actually bulk them up and they'll start shedding quicker for you then. But it's regular water changes, once sort of like 10-20% every week. And with the freshwater side of things, it's dead simple. Bit of tap water conditioner. If you haven't got the other types of RO and stuff like that to put in there, you can remineralise it with different stuff. But any questions, drop it in the comment section below and I'll gladly answer it for you. He's making short work of that. He's going to snip through my line in a minute, which will be interesting. And he's tucking into that, look. He's really going for it. I'm very surprised that blenny hasn't come out yet and started having a go in that. I think what I'll do now is I'll set you up on these snake lock anemones and we'll drop a little bit of food into each one of those, okay, so you can see them having their feed and how I do that. Crikey, I tell you what, the wife just lit the barbecue and I think she's fired on a little bit too much of that, what do you call it, that gel stuff. She smoked the joint out in here. I've got to open all the doors. I'm surprised you can't see. Right, I'll get a little bit of this. I better prawn now on the tongs. Now with these snake lock anemones, guys, they do sting, okay, but it's very, very mild. If you touch it on your obviously on the palm of your hands and stuff like that, you're going to be fine. It's not going to sting you at all. But if you get it like in a sensitive part, like on your forearm or maybe on the back of your hand, if you're a lady, I would say, and you haven't got toughened old hands like I got, you're going to come up like maybe worst case scenario, it's going to be like a stinging that'll sting. Okay, so there's no point. Yeah, there's no worrying about it. All right, here we go. In comes the shrimp. He'll sense that protein and he goes. Look at that. Now straight, taken in straight to the mouth. And what'll happen now is his mouth will expand and then he will suck that straight in. That shrimp's trying to get in there, but he daren't go any closer because he'll end up following that other shrimp. Brilliant stuff. So where have we got? We got another one down there as well. Now these guys are going to really fill up in here nice because they're going to be regularly fed. Obviously in the wild it's hit and miss whether they get food or not. So I'll just drop that camera down a bit and we'll go, oops, sorry about that, and we'll go over to this chap here and we'll feed this one as well. Like I said, as soon as it senses protein, it fires off those. Look at that, the rest of the tentacles are coming up for it. Savage little feeders, look at that. And that's gone straight down. So that's number 2 fed. That dahlia anemone's actually come out. I'll just readjust the tripod here and then I'll show you what's happening with that one, okay? Right, okay, we're going to feed this dahlia anemone now, okay? The other 2 are not out. The one below it is not out, but he's out. So I'm going to give him a nice big mussel to himself. Let me get set up. Couldn't find my tripod. He'll grab that. Look at that. Boom. Now they have got a super hard grip. When they sting, they really do grip hold tight. Now you'll see he'll just slowly suck that into the body, and he's away. Mr. Man down here. Let me go around the side. He's let his little mate come in on the action now. He's stuffed. He can't eat any more. Oh yes, he can. There's always room. Right. Let's get another bit of mussel and feed one of these little beadlet anemones. There you go. Not as aggressive as the dahlias. Our dahlia, look at him already. Look, he's completely swollen up and well, it's just gone. Absolutely gone. Because they live in fast tidal areas and zones, when they catch something, it really does need to be gripped hold of tight and taken in that body very, very quickly before something else takes it off them, or the tide takes it away from them as well. As you can see, that beadlet anemone now is, sorry, my tripod's squeaking on the glass there. But you'll see that mouth will open, they'll consume that, and then that'll be it. Done like a dinner. That old Swede's doing beautiful, look at that. Right, I'll just grab another piece so I can feed his friend. Now you only got to feed these guys once a week, okay? When you're feeding them like this. Because that's a big old chunk of meat there. And you've got to think, in the wild, they're not successful in hunting every single day. So, once a week's fine. Otherwise, too much in the water and you're going to have problems with your levels and your nitrates and ammonias and all that is going to start to creep up, okay? Right, I'm going to come around here now. I'll just show you those 2 feeding and the dahlia. Actually, Mr. Snakelock there, that little green one, let's give him some as well. will give him a nice piece of muscle, I think. There you go, buddy. Scoff that. And it won't take him long. Keep him nice and healthy. Right, the blenny's out. I'm just going to take you around the other side now and we'll see if she'll take a bit of food. Right, okay guys, there she is. Right there. She's got a right fat little belly. Now it's this time of the year actually where they breed, so next time I go down to the beach I'll pick up a little male and see if they'll breed in here, which will be really interesting. But blennies are quite aggressive feeders, so if I go in super close with these tongs, this is the first time ever by the way, she's either going to swim away or she might eat it. If I leave it on there, let's see what happens. I don't want to spook her too quick. Oh no, the current's got it. Snake locks, that's gone. Never mind, I'll try and at least it got eaten, that's the main thing. That's already had a nice big chunk as well. I'll go right up to her this time. She'll either swim away or she might have a go at it. Let's see. She's shying away from it a little bit. Oh, hey, good girl. How about that? She had it. Fantastic stuff. Feeding from the tongs already. I like it. Let's see if she wants a little bit of shrimp as well. I keep calling them shrimps and prawns. They're all the same. Let's see if she'll have this as well. Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, she's full of eggs. Look at that. I didn't realise. Absolutely chocker with eggs. So we'll have to get a male there, otherwise they're not going to be fertilised. And they have a lot of eggs. So what they'll do is they'll go somewhere around here. In that big rock at the back, there's a big cave. And they'll probably go in there and lay a few hundred eggs. But when they hatch, it's going to be interesting. They'll be full of little fry in there, but obviously they'll be, I might be able to save a few. We'll see how it goes. As I said, this is an experimental tank, and just to see how things pan out. Go on then, girl, suck it in. There you go. That's gone down. It's either that or she's eating a monster prawn. You can never tell. There was another little snake lock right down there as well. Look, we can't leave you out. Let's put some in there as well, if you don't steal it off me. There you go, fella. There's that shrimp there with the gimpy legs. Look, he's still got his old shed on his legs. That's brilliant. Really happy with those little results today. Like I said, it's the first time feeding her. The gobies haven't come out. They've been taking fish food. Just normal flake food they've been taking. Right, I'm going to feed the other anemones now. I've just taken you through those couple of different types so you know what they eat and what have you. I won't take you through feeding every one of them because there's quite a few. Ah, right, okay guys, all the anemones have now fed. All looking chunky. Very chunky. Can't get over the colour of those. Got a little bit of oxygen coming out from the filter now. You'll find that with these, with fresh water as well. Now and again, I've just moved it slightly, so you do get a little bit of air coming out of the filter, which always looks cool. It gives it more of that rock pool look. Look at that oxygen sticking there all over that sea lettuce, which is really growing well. Look at that piece already. That since we put that in there, it's grown probably half its size again. There you go, we've got a right scrap going on here between Monster and Mini Hermit. He's managed to get that cable tie for that weight, and now he's got his claw through the weight, so he can't run off with it. And his mate's going to pull it off him, look. I love watching these things. It's so interesting to watch. Look, go on, pull it off him, boy. Pull it off him. I will not let go. I will shove as much in my mouth as I can before I release it. That's brilliant. Oh, give him a clout then round the head. Told him to get off my muscle, you sod. Ah, that was brilliant. Dueling. You got the float going crazy along the top of the water here. I've got a bite. He's all fouled up in the cable tie. Brilliant stuff. Look at that, look, the float's right under. Got a right bite going on here. Because it's gone right from the weight, look, and he's pulling it up the line. And the float's going down. I'll get further back. You see what I mean? They're knocking everything flying then. Oh, that's fantastic, look. Oh, that's fantastic. Floats right under now, look. It's going along there, look, all the way to the weight, through the cable tie. Little pulley system. Fabulous stuff. Right, we can leave them alone for 5 minutes now and we'll see what happens. But everybody else now is flowing in the current lovely. All nice and fat. This is going to make them put on some size. The beadlet anemones have all fed. I don't think the water current is strong enough. If you notice there with the pink coralline weed, the coralline name's gone now. Coral weed. Hey, we got there. The coral weed is starting to get a little bit of algae on it. So you may need a few more clean-up crew to eat the algae off of it. The other side seems to be okay. These guys are still in hot pursuit. That's great. I absolutely love that. And she's finished her food. Now the tank's starting to slow down a bit now. Oh my goodness, I don't think I've laughed so much in my life. Then I had to stop filming, watching those hermit crabs there, pulling that away, pulling that float down. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Thoroughly enjoying doing this tank, and you guys are really enjoying it as well. I've had loads of views on this one, which is brilliant. There's going to be loads of these videos to come throughout the summer where we're going to be doing more and adding more to this system to make it better, function better. And if you're not subbed up to the channel, guys, we'd love to have you aboard. Hit that subscribe button and that notification bell and hit all notifications and you won't miss any videos that way. Brilliant stuff, look at that, looking awesome. Alright guys, as always, love you loads, take care. I'm going to go and enjoy a barbecue now and a couple of beers, and I'll see you in the next episode of Mark's Aquatics. Take care, bye for now.